my beautiful friends. Welcome to your planetary energy forecast for the week of May the 1st, 2023. I'm Jill Loftis of Nuit Astrology. So thank you for joining me outside today. It is a stunningly beautiful day in southwestern Virginia. We've just gotten some much needed rain. I have a bit of a cold, so please forgive my voice. We start this month with a very powerful week. This is a white light shields up week, and I don't tell you that to be afraid, but just be cautious because the amount of energy that we're dealing with this week can feel really intense, all right? There's a lot of activators. We start out with the very first day of the month with Pluto stationing retrograde. Now, when those big outer planets, because they move so slowly, those station points, when they come to the stop and appear, right, appear in our sky, to be moving backwards. Those are very powerful times, okay? It's a big dose of energy. It means that the planet is closer to the Earth and impacting the Earth more fully. So you're gonna watch for the symbols in your life. This is gonna be the first station retrograde in Aquarius, right? And it's gonna go all the way back to Capricorn to finish, to complete, to push through all those lessons that started in 2008, all right? But this is a glimpse, this is a view of what this whole cycle of Pluto and Aquarius is going to mean for the collective and you as an individual. Pay attention to these Pluto and Aquarius themes: rebellion, revolution, technology. Remember, Mercury is still retrograde in Taurus, and so there's lots of issues around resources. But with Pluto and Aquarius, it rules the masses, right? It's going to impact the people. Pluto rules the masses, so does Aquarius, right? So, it's a day to journal. It's a day to take note of what happens in your world. Now, some of the other things that are happening on that Monday are that the sun is going to merge with Mercury. And remember, we call the close, when something comes close to the sun, it's called combust because the rays of the sun can blot out its energy. But when it comes to that merging point, Kazemi, it empowers. So, of course, this is in the sign of Taurus. So note in the area of Taurus, especially with the Mercury retrograde, there could be some difficulties with communication, definitely issues with technology, but also things around money and resources and values. So if you are looking to solve a problem, I wouldn't say it's the day to talk about it, but it's a day to really watch and really tap into the ideas that can come to you, that can flow to you, particularly from being out in nature, right? Taurus, get your downloads from a tree, be outside. This is the original sanctuary, commune with the earth. All right, now we've got on the 2nd, we've got a really lovely trine from a Libra moon over to the Pluto. All right, so that can help give us a little bit of balance here, find some stability after that Pluto station. Remember that the entire week, we still have that flow between Saturn and the nodes, right? Particularly Saturn and that south node. So from the Pisces to Scorpio area, there's some synergy there. And so if you need some problem solving, add water, all right? I think that's a really great way to handle some of this energy. On the 3rd, that Libra moon is now going to move into a square with Mars in Cancer, which is going to, whenever you're dealing with Libra energy, there's this desire to be a people pleaser, a desire to just keep the peace, not create arguments. And so make sure that you're not saying no to something that you really mean to say, or that you're not saying yes to something that you really want to say no to, right? Yes, it's important to take care of people's feelings and try not to cause trouble, but it's also important for you to set positive boundaries and for you to be clear, right? On what it is that you want, what you're willing to do, what you're not willing to do, right? My friend Wolf used to tell me, your needs are your boundaries. Your needs are your boundaries. So keep that in mind when we're dealing with the Libra moon Tuesday into Wednesday. On the 4th, we've got the Venus and Gemini coming into an exact square with the Neptune and Pisces. So of course, this energy will be flowing throughout the week, right? So there's this, Venus and Gemini, very communicative, very chatty, right? And then there's the Neptune, which can be glamorous, but illusional, delusional. So make sure that you are clear, again, in your communication, but make sure you're not falling for someone's line, right? Make sure that someone's not just, being so, fun and lighthearted, and it's just so, it's just so juicy and fun that you just kind of end up getting into a tangle or committing to something that you didn't want to do. Remember, we're in between eclipses, and we've got the eclipse coming up on the 5th. That's part of the reason we're having these white light shields up kind of week. All right. The full moon lunar eclipse is at 14:58 of Scorpio, so basically close to 15 degrees in the sign of Scorpio on Friday the 5th. It's at 1:34 p.m. and that's Eastern Standard Time. Now, a full moon lunar eclipse in Scorpio, that's pretty rough, right? But then you figure across the sky, we've got the sun, right, which is what the full moon is. We get the sun standing right there with Uranus, which adds sparks, which adds sudden things happening, which, expect the unexpected, right? It makes things almost, any divinatory technique is really not going to be that useful because it's got to be something kind of mind-blowing that happens. So pay attention to wherever that Scorpio area of the chart is for you. Be willing to let go of something, right? Full moons are a time of releasing. Loosen your grip so it doesn't have to be torn from your life. It can just be gracefully removed, all right? Bless, acknowledge, let go what needs to be let go of. Change what needs to be changed. And remember, you don't change other people. You change yourself and you change your reaction. And that's the way to deal with it. There'll be a nice little Venus and Gemini sextile to the Jupiter. A little bit of aid there, but you're still going to have Venus square the Neptune as well, too. So very tricky day on Friday going into Saturday. On Saturday, we do have an extended moon void again, 10:30ish in the morning till 4:10 in the afternoon. This is East Coast time again. Marvelous for inspiration, art, all that beautiful kind of, floaty cosmic stuff. Not so great for concrete work, making decisions. So allow yourself a little latitude on that Saturday after the eclipse. And remember, eclipses sometimes hit late, okay? So don't wake up Sunday morning or Saturday morning being like, yes, eclipse management, you're just maximized here. Stay cautious and aware throughout the weekend and into early next week as well. All right. Now on the 7th, we have Venus shifting signs out of the sign of Gemini into Cancer. This means that both Mars and Venus are in the sign of Cancer, which is all of the feels. Sensitivity, home, hearth, mothering, nurturing, right? And with that Mars in Cancer too, there's going to be a little bit of a ferocious element, right? This mama bear kind of energy. And so your value systems may be tested. You may really have to decide what it is that matters to you. And so clarify those things. Don't be hypersensitive to what people say, right? Don't let that sensitivity become a point of suffering, right? Sensitivity is a superpower, and to let it inform you in that way. I think you'll definitely feel a vibe shift with the Venus change. So another caution for the 7th, it's a Sag moon squaring Saturn in Pisces. Anytime the moon's in Sag, your filter's gonna fall off, okay? Put your filter back on, especially with the Saturn in Pisces, because that's the thing with Saturn in Pisces, you just don't really know who's in charge. It's kind of like if you're working somewhere and there's a mystery shopper and it looks like some homeless person that turns out to be the CEO of your company. That's the vibe we're in for the next couple of years. All right. So just be a little more cautious with what you say, especially again, Mars in Cancer, Venus in Cancer. People are just going to have their little sensitivities dialed up. So be kind, be cautious, be sweet. All right. All right. Well, let's see what the tarot has to say about this month, this week. Thank you for your patience with my voice, and I'll see you in the tarot. Hello, my friends. All right. It is time to check out the Lotus Tarot for this eclipse week, Pluto station week, Sun Mercury week, Venus square Neptune week. Hell of a week. And we've got these two different ways we can handle the energy. So let's give it a peek and see what the cards have to say.
All right. Card's not ready yet. Okay, interesting. So the Two of Cups just popped up. So I'm going to set that there. Interesting. Interesting. Some soulmating energy. All right, let's start with the basic, what we're dealing with now, the past. And that was the King of Swords. All right, so some decisions have had to be made. Either an authority figure came down on you, or you had to make some hard choices, some hard no's, some hard letting goes. And that's where we're beginning. All right, and then we've got you. So what's going on with you? Well, you're feeling a little not good about this. This is a Ten of Swords. So it's like, I feel like there's a sense of lack of ease, or discomfort, of failure, of loss. And you have to look at this. You have to reframe this in that it was meant to go. You had to let it go in order to free you up for something new and better. So, attitudinal karma moment. Present environment. You're gaining skills. So 8 of Pentacles. All right, you're learning something. You're studying. You're working. You're doing the work. Don't fret. Okay, and all this stuff is starting to come together, and there's a sense of lack. Whether it's money, you don't have enough time, you don't feel like you fit in, you're dealing with some imposter syndrome. It seems like all the cool kids have good stuff going on, and you don't. All right, so you got to shift this mentality, right? Astrology really can't work with that. It's a sense of lack. The universe will keep showing you lack, right? So this is nothing negative here. We're just letting you know where we're at. All right, the key card in the future is the Temperance card. All right, we need to solve this problem through balance, through change, through moderation, through bringing together what we have and creating something different, right? This is a card of healing, of patience, and of hope. All right, and then the modifiers, the opposite forces in play with this Temperance card. First, we have the 4 of Pentacles, which is just like bring everything in, circle circle the ships, manage your resources, get a handle on the finances, slow things down, see what's going on. On the other side, we have a Happy Family card. It's like, okay, I see what I want. I see the direction that I'm moving, and it's this place of stability and hope and joy, and that's beautiful. Keep in mind, I pulled up this two of Cups just kind of popped out. I don't know where she fits in here, but this is like perfect union. It doesn't necessarily mean a person. It could be the perfect job, the perfect situation, the perfect idea. All right. All right. So next up, we've got the near future key card. Devil. All right. So we got the Devil popping up here. All right. Could be addiction. This is tricky people, difficult people. Sound like a Scorpio eclipse? Anyone? Yeah. And then the modifiers for the Devil, over on the 4 of Pentacles side, 10 of Cups. So this desire for emotional fulfillment and security. And on the 4 of Wands side, we've got worry. It's like, it's almost like I get this sense of like you already have what you want and you're just afraid of losing it. Paired with the 10 of Cups, we've got 6 of Pentacles. All right, well, you've got to devote time, energy, and resources. So, remember this originated with the 4 of Pentacles. And so maybe you've got to gather your skills, your abilities, your money, figure out what you have so that you pour it in the right direction. And then with the 9 of Swords, we've got the Hermit. All right, the Hermit. So pull back a little bit. Talk to your angels, talk to your guides. Just pull back. Don't be as social next week. Maybe if you've already kind of achieved this certain level of success that you want to hold on to, it's time to go inward. It's time to do inner work. And then we've got the final cards here that kind of just tell us where we're going. Page of Wands. So this is on the 4 of Pentacles side. So it's like, okay, gather your resources, assess. Make sure that these intense feelings, these problems, don't interfere with your achievements or goals. All right. Pour that time and energy into it. And you may have to start something new. It might have to be really kind of initiatory. All right. On the other side, we've got the King of Cups, the healer king. All right. So this is making decisions with intuition, making decisions based on your emotional range, really tapping in. You know, he's in charge, right? But yet he really he uses all of his emotions as superpowers in order to determine what direction to move in. Paired with the Page of Wands, we have the Two of Wands. All right. There's also a decision-making piece on this other side. All right. And then paired with King of Cups, we've got the Death card. All right. Something needs to end. Something needs to end. All right. So look throughout the week for the perfect ally, the perfect job, the perfect book, the perfect quote that helps you out. Okay. But we're starting out really needing to be temperate, balanced. Okay. This is not an overachiever week. Okay. It's not. It's not a launching week. It's not a starting week. Okay. It's a chill out week. All right. So whether you are conserving your resources, all right, watching out for tricky people, tricky situations, addictive tendencies, the places where you self-defeat, moving towards your dreams, wishes, knowing the right time to pour your resources into them, perhaps having to start something new and make a hard decision. Like, not just make the decision, but do something about it, right? This is not just, okay, I made a decision. It's like, you've got to pick a path. And then on this other side, you've already kind of got what you want, all right? But then there's this fear, this worry, this issue that comes up that makes you worry that you're going to lose it. You're holding on really tightly. You've got to tap deeply within yourself to figure out what's going on, okay? And really rely on your angels, guides, and teachers. And then make some decisions based on emotional intelligence, based on intuition, and there may need to be an ending, all right? You might need to let something go. Well, it looks like a very eclipsey spread, yeah? All right, have an awesome week, y'all. If you can comment below, it helps the channel to grow. I appreciate you guys to the moon and back. Have an amazing first week of May.